Welcome to Channel AMAC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Kao Yang, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested in migrate to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side so once about all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Well, these 2 days, the government of Australia has confirmed a rollout of the MATES program. It's a program that enable the early career professional from India to actually come to Australia. So there's a few details. It's not as well. First of all, it doesn't mean that all the the young professional Indian can actually come to Australia. There's actually limited to numbers of only 3,000, so it's not many. Now the MATES program is not just designed for the Indian professionals, but I think it's in India has been chosen as a nation to have the start of this new program. I think it would overarching the or copying what the success from the working holiday program, which has been rolled out for 10 and 15 years. Now they may duplicate this success into any other countries. But the main thing of the MATES program is to actually attract the high-tech, the technology-related professionals into Australia, which is a lack and related. So in the previous, the Working Holiday Maker program was utilized to actually help out the agricultural sector, which is a very large sector. You can imagine the land mass of Australia could grow how much of the agricultural goods. Now, obviously, we have moving into a new trend of the high-tech trend that Australia is really lack of. Understanding that in the past 40 years of the technology development all around the world, in the Northern Hemisphere especially, Australia has never really got in touch of the high-tech sector. It was once there has been automobile, the car manufacturing plants. I believe it was in Adelaide and somewhere else in Australia, but it has all shut down due to the globalization. But the trend has changed. We have just witnessed the victory of the US election from Trump. So I guess there's going to be a lot more changes coming out, and the requirement of the high-tech professional will obviously be increasing. So the MATES program will actually enhance and help out the nation like Australia, and when that will expand to other nations, we don't know. But let's jump in there and have a look at what it's all about, okay? So this is the news came out. It came out yesterday, I believe. Today's 14th, and this 13th of November. So the full name of this MATES program is called the Mobility Arrangement for Talented Early Professional Scheme, they call it MATES, announced for India. So that means that basically meant they could announce for any other countries in the future. So basically it says we're introducing MATES for Indian national working in Australia for up to 2 years. So usually if you can work up to 2 years, you could actually gain meeting the criteria to transfer into the employment sponsor visa if you have been, successfully getting your career and actually work and employ in Australia. December 2024, this will be active through the so-called Temporary Work International Relations Subclass 403 visa. The international relation used to be only used for diplomatic services around the world. So I think sometimes I really enjoy the how these talented lawmakers they always come up with utilization of whatever the subclasses. It's just can't imagine they use 403 visa right up here, and then there'll be 3,000 of them, and they're only focusing on these field. I understand it's the words quite small, but if you want to use your smart TV, you will be fine. Or else I will jump into the detail later on. But it says says renewable energy, mining, engineering, information and communication technology, artificial intelligence, financial technology, agricultural technology. All right, let's jump into the detail there. So if you click on the detail or you want to search for MATES program in Australia, you may find yourself in this page here. It will be activated from December. Now, it doesn't say the date. I believe it will be the same as the other thing that they announced. There will be change on the 7th of December. I don't think they will go any further, because any further, the whole continent we will be going to holiday season as Christmas approaching. So I think 7th of December will be the day they will have that starting there. So let's go into more detail there. So the MATES application is a ballot program. So that means it's not definite. It's not a visa that you could just pay the money and lodge it. Just not like working holiday visa. So they're treating these countries, for example, they have using the ballots for the Pacific Island nations, using it for China, using it for Vietnam. I think they're using it in Thailand as well, and then they are using that ballot program for India. Now, bear in mind, every ballot that you're throwing in, then you'll be, it's gonna be like lottery. They picked, okay, and but you need to buy that ballot. The ballot will actually cost you $25. Now that doesn't mean you actually get the visa though, okay. So there will be millions and millions of people throwing into getting into this ballot, and they'll be hand-picked, and then that's basically what it meant. Okay, so let's go into the ballot, the more detail there. Now, to be eligible for the ballot only, not the visa yet, for the ballot, okay? So, to be eligible getting the ballot doesn't mean you will be getting the visa, because it's only limited to 3,000 people, okay? So, you need to create an email account, you need to have Indian passport, and you need to get this so-called permanent account number. Now, what is that? The PAN card that's issued by the Indian government. So that means if you don't have this from Indian government, you can't even you can create an email account, but you cannot even get into the ballot. So you need to get this PAN card, and you got to be between the age of 18 to 30. Inclusive means that you can be 30 years of age of 30 in 1 month or 2 months or 11 months, but you cannot reach 12 months and 30 days. That means that you'll be 31 years of age, so that will not meet the requirement. You cannot be registered, not already been registered, so you cannot duplicate your ballots. You have email, yeah, everybody got email. You gotta sign a declaration and you pay $25, okay? Ballot registration period, there will be a period open, so it's I think this will be more managed by the Indian government side. So that means you cannot just freely go into the Australian's immigration website and just throw in your detail there. So that it will be announced by the Indian government there. So they have a little bit of control and limitation being managed under the Indian government there, just to work together. Then we go to the eligibility. So once you get, you got it, okay, you won the ballot, you got picked, okay, then you need to pay $365 for the actual visa, and you actually get 2 years of visa there to come to Australia to actually find a good job there. Hopefully you can successfully transfer into employment sponsored visa. Now the actual eligibility. Now again, you got to be selected by the ballots. You got to have a valid visa. You got to be those age we talked about it. You got to be outside Australia. That means you can be in New Zealand. You can be in anywhere around the world. But in order to get that the PAN card, I believe you should really be in India, because I don't think there will be some limitation if you're elsewhere to actually get this ballot to be chosen, to be picked. Okay, you cannot be previously participated in the MATES program. You gotta be a recent graduate. You gotta be how recent, man. Recent means within 2 years, and you gotta be in those education institution from the Indian ministry. So once I click on this, it gets me to this page. So you need to check out you actually graduated from some of these top unis from India, and it has to be in the sector of renewable, mining, engineering, IT, ICT, AI, financial tech, and agriculture. So that's where we at, and you got to meet the English requirements. So what's the English requirement there? It's not too hard. You got to get IELTS at least 6, score at least 5 across all the other components. So it's not that hard, but it's an extra. It's an extra requirement compared to the working holiday maker. Because working holiday, you probably don't even need to meet any English requirement. Be able to support yourself and dependents. You can bring your dependent if you're married, you got a couple, or you got kids. You can bring them over as well. You meet the health requirement, you meet the character requirement, and you need to meet the. You need to have health insurance done, and you need to have the general temperance stay requirement. So that's again, you need to write something about how genuine you are. So that's basically the MATES program. Now, it's likely if it goes successful, they will duplicate the program to other nations, hopefully. And obviously, it's a program to actually attract the tech-related sector. Young professional to come to Australia, rather than relying on Australian universities to actually train these tech professionals. They're getting them all around the world. So now we're starting to see they're starting from India. Hopefully they'll open up for any other nation out there. Anyway, should you have a question query, more than welcome to leave comment right down below, and I see you next video. Goodbye.